I'll talk about the folded dipole. We have talked, I think, about the dipole antenna. Now, what do you mean by folded dipole antenna? So you are using a dipole, but that dipole is of like in the shape of a folded kind. So you are having a two parallel dipoles. Here you're having a two parallel dipoles connected at the end, forming a narrow wire loop. So if you see here the structure of this particular folded dipole antenna, obviously you're having a transmission line which gives something to your antenna. So if these are the transmission lines, this will be your normal dipole. Okay? This is your normal dipole. These are nothing but the feed points. These are nothing but the feed points. These are nothing but the transmission lines which gives input to your dipole antenna. So what you are doing, you are forming a narrow wire loop like this. Okay, and they are separated by distance d. Suppose you have placed another antenna of length n. So this structure will be called as the folded dipole. What are the important properties of the folded dipole? Now here, whenever we have talked about the dipole antenna and whenever we are talking about um, what we can say the input impedance of the dipole antenna, the input impedance of the dipole antenna will be given by Zn is equal to 73 plus j 42.5 ohm. It is very much comfortable whenever you are using a coaxial line because its impedance is a 75 ohm. Okay, so but what will happen if you are not going to use a this antenna? So it has two very important properties. So if I talk about the properties of this antenna, the first property, it is having a high impedance and it is having an increased bandwidth. So this much is very much important in the TV transmission. So whenever I'm going for the TV transmission, what kind of cable I'm using? Here the twin lead wires are used and which are having the impedance of, I think, sorry, exactly 300 ohm. So coaxial cable 75 ohm, twin lead lines are having a 300 ohm, and my antenna impedance, if I'm talking about the dipole, they're having only a 733 ohm. So this doesn't work with this particular. So if I'm talking about this particular dipole antenna which will not be matched to my television transmission or will not be efficiently work with my television, so that's why this structure is adopted, which is called as the folded dipole antenna. Now we need to talk about the input impedance of the folded dipole antenna. So here I'll just mention what is the input impedance of a folded dipole. So before discussing the input impedance of the folded dipole, we'll talk about the input impedance of normal dipole. So normal dipole is having an input impedance of 73 plus j 42.5 ohm. Now this can be connected effectively. If I talk about this one, it can be effectively connected to 75 ohm. I'll just write here coax. Coax means a coaxial cable. Now in practice, if I'm talking about the TV application, I need 300 ohm impedance. So I can say my lambda by 2 dipole is inefficient. Okay, so it will not work properly. So here we need, and that's why this structure I think I have already. So that's why we're using this folded dipole. Basically, this folded dipole is nothing but the unbalanced transmission line. So this is the unbalanced transmission line. How and to understand how it works, we must understand what are the modes of the operation of this particular folded dipole. So here I'm going to discuss about the two modes in which this particular lambda by 2, sorry, in which your this folded dipole antenna works. So here if you talk about the first mode is nothing but the transmission line mode, and another mode is nothing but the antenna mode. So I'll discuss each and every mode separately. So in the transmission line mode, if you analyze this particular, I just draw how that particular thing works in the transmission line mode. So अगर मैं यहाँ पे transmission line mode की बात कर रही हूँ, तो your transmission line mode will look like this. So your transmission line mode will be like this. ठीक है, ये आपका transmission. This is your folded dipole. You're giving some input to this one, so I'm considering the currents. So if the total current is it, you in this particular, the you are having the currents are equal and opposite in the direction. So you can say the current in two arms are opposite in direction. So I'll just mention here, current in two arms are opposite. ठीक है, in direction. So this is your transmission line mode. What about the antenna mode? So if I take the example of the antenna mode, this is the structure of the antenna mode, where you are having the current in the same direction. So if you are giving something, and they will form a closed loop here, yeah, in transmission line. But here, if you'll see the currents, your currents will be in the same direction. So this is the direction of the current. So the current is given IA, it will be IA by 2, it will be IA by 2. So this mode will be called as the antenna mode. Okay. So in figure number 1, you can see the your antenna is a part of the transmission line. Your far ends are closed and they are forming a loop here. ठीक है. Now the antenna mode we are considering, आपका जो भी second arm का current है, that is just induced because of the first element which you are using here. ठीक है. So this current is denoted by IA, and that will get divided, and that's why it will be IA by 2. ठीक है. So here, whenever you are talking about this transmission line mode, the current directions, if you will see, your current directions are equal and opposite in the direction. So if they're equal and opposite, they cancel each other, and hence you will not have any radiations. But in the antenna mode, if you'll see, the current directions are in the same direction, and hence whenever you're talking about the folded dipole, in, I can say, the antenna mode, the current will not get cancelled and you will get the radiations. Now I'll talk about the input impedance in the transmission line mode. So you just remember, this is our transmission line mode. So I'll just talk about the input impedance in the transmission line mode. So here I'll just input impedance, and the mode is nothing but the transmission line mode. So I'll just write here. So whenever I'm talking about the input impedance in the transmission line mode, how the input Z0, the Z0 is nothing but the characteristic impedance of transmission line. The length L is nothing but the length. So you can say that your length is L by 2. What about the beta here? Beta is nothing but the phase constant. You have already gone through this one. This is nothing but the 2 by 2 pi by lambda. Now folded dipole of length L is elongated. You have elongated that folded dipole. Now it will become a short circuited transmission line, and that's why your length will become L by 2. So you can replace this L with the L by 2. Now input impedance of the folded dipole antenna, you just put all the values and you can write down this Zn is equal to J Z0 tan of, I'll just keep this beta as it is, and L I have replaced with the L by 2. So this is nothing but the input impedance in a transmission line mode. Okay? So this how I am going to. Now if I am going to, just why I have put it that so this is your transmission line, this is your folded dipole structure in the transmission line mode. So I just denote this point as a point A, this point as a point B, and the complete length as a length L. So if you are going to अगर आप इसको if you talk about the complete length of this particular antenna, and if you are going to talk about this length, तो आपका ये transmission line है, यहाँ पे आपका जो भी आप find out कर रहे हो input impedance है, so the length from this V antenna to here will be called as a L by 2. That's why L is replaced by L by 2. Now suppose a voltage V is applied in the transmission line mode. So I'm just taking the example where I'm applying this you can say the input impedance, sorry, the voltage as a V. So if this is my transmission line mode, I have applied some voltage over here. So that will get divided into two of this particular elements. So current will be IT, the directions will be opposite and equal, and this is my voltage. Take induced in this particular, so it will be V by 2 and it will also be a V by 2. Okay, this is the fact when you are using it into the transmission line. Another fact which I want to convey you, if you are using it in the antenna mode, your currents are equal in direction. ठीक है, आपका direction of current is equal. Your voltage is again you are having the, now you just take care of the signs which you are giving to this sources. So this is plus minus and this is also, this should be the minus plus, as they are opposite in direction. They are in the same direction. So this will be plus, this will be this. So you are having this V by 2 and you are having this also as a V by 2. So this is your transmission line mode and this is your antenna mode. ठीक है, and I'm interested in what? I'm interested in the input impedance of this one. ठीक है, so if I'm interested in calculating the total current in the transmission line mode, just IT is equal to V by 2 by ZT. So this is the total impedance. So I'll just write it on the next slide so you'll understand. So if I'm interested in the total current in the transmission line mode, it will be V by 2 divided by ZT, which is nothing but the V by 2 ZT. Now here we are using uh, this particular things to find out how we can go for the current. So I'm interested in what? I'm interested in the input impedance. So I can go, I'll just use this equation over here, which I have already used. ZT is equal to JZ0 tan of beta L by 2. I think where I have already given you. So I'll just use this particular equation to find out the total current. So if I write here, what is my total current? IA is equal to V by 2 divided by Z of T. ठीक है. So for antenna mode, now this is for antenna mode. So I'm just parallelly going with the antenna mode and this is nothing but the transmission line mode. Okay. Okay, for antenna mode, the total current is the sum of currents in each arm. So that's why IA is equal to V by 2 and just you are just going with the Z of D is nothing but the impedance of that particular ordinary dipole. So I'll just write it here Z2, ZD is nothing but the impedance of dipole. Okay. Now, if you are going to find out the total voltage on the left element and the right element, so first transmission line mode will give you. I'm just going to equate this one. So यहाँ पे आपका total current है and it gets divided here. ठीक है. So if I say this is the IT and which is divided here in the IE and this will be the IA by 2. So in this way I can write I total, that total current is equal to IT plus IA by 2. ठीक है आपका. So the total voltage on the left element will be I, this is IT, and on the right element you are having IA by 2. So the total IT plus IA by 2 must be that. So input impedance of the folded dipole यहाँ पे, so Z in here is equal to V by I total. We know that your Z in is nothing but the V by R ratio. So it will be V divided by IT plus IA by 2. ठीक है. Now here we are using IT and IA from the previous equations. You can write Z in is equal to V divided by V by 2ZT, ट्रांसमिशन लाइन मोड में आपने ये देखा था, प्लस V by 4ZD. Whereas if you recall here, this particular is nothing but the IA V by 2 ZD. Now ZD, you can write here the dipole. So this will be the things. Okay. So if you're replacing these things, your length, I'm just going to just write down all the things here. VV will get cancelled. 4ZT ZD is equal to ZT plus 2ZT. Just see whether I am writing all the things. Your length is lambda by 2. Okay, so replace that things in the ZT. I have a ZT over here. Okay, ZT is the total impedance. I have some one doubt somewhere here. If I want to ask you, if I'm talking about the total current, it is V by 2 ZD here. Okay, and your I total is IA by 2. Okay, and that's why this IA by 2 is nothing but the, so here IA by 2. Okay, so I have IA by 2 like this. So I can write, therefore IA by 2 is equal to, I need to do it, V by 4 ZD. So this is something which they have done over there. Okay, so IA by 2 is nothing but the V by 4 ZD. Okay. Okay, so this ZD must be down. Okay. Okay, so if you're assuming that your length is lambda by 2, again I need to consider that ZT is equal to JZ0 tan of beta L by 2. But already we have seen that your beta is nothing but the phase constant, which is nothing but the 2 pi by lambda. So I can replace that things over there. So this will be tan of 2 pi by lambda L by 2. So I guess 2 will get cancelled. So this equation will become Z tan of pi L by lambda. Okay, so I have got this equation. So L by 2, you have just used the length, which is nothing but the lambda by 2. So put all that values over there. So J Z0 tan of L is lambda by 2. Pi lambda, lambda lambda will get cancelled. So J Z0 tan of, I guess this will be pi by 2. So if I take this value tan of 90 degree, I think so, J Z0 tan of pi by 2, this value will come infinity. So I can say my ZT is nothing but the infinite. So I have calculated my ZT, which is right now infinite, and what will be the value of Z in here? So Z in we have calculated in previous is nothing but the 4ZT ZD divided by ZT to ZD. So this is nothing but the, so if I divide each and every term with the ZT, I'll get 4 ZD 1 plus 2 ZD by ZT. So here if your ZT is infinite, I can say ZD 2 ZD divided by infinite, this value will approximately equal to 0, 10 to 0, and that's why I can say 2 ZD ZT tends to infinite. Sorry, it tends to 0. So this value of Zn will come 4 of ZT. So here I can understand whenever I'm dealing with the transmission, whenever I'm dealing with the folded dipole antenna, the input impedance of that antenna will be 4 times greater than your dipole antenna. And so we know that your your normal dipole antenna is having the impedance of 73 ohm. If you talk about the normal dipole, your ZD is approximately 73 ohm, and which is at resonance. Now, Z in is equal to 4ZD. This is the condition for folded dipole. If you're talking about the folded dipole, it will be 4 into here about 73 ohm, which comes to 92 ohm. Now, if I take the example of twin lead wire, this twin lead wire is having 300 ohm impedance. Now you can use this impedance. If you see 292 is very close to the 300 ohm. Okay, so you can use this particular folded dipole antenna very effectively for television transmission. Okay, so this is all about how we are going to use this antenna for twin lead cable antenna. So I think we have talked about transmission line mode, and then we have talked about the antenna mode and what kind of impedance is associated with this one. Now, next one is nothing but the bandwidth compensation using the folded dipole antenna. So, what do you mean by bandwidth compensation? So, the bandwidth compensation is nothing but the increasing the bandwidth. Okay, so here, whenever I'm talking about the bandwidth compensation, bandwidth is nothing but the range of frequency. So, increase the range of frequency over impedance and performance remains constant. ठीक है, आप यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हो, यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द रेंज ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी, यू आर इंक्रीजिंग the performance of the antenna. uh, you're increasing the range of frequency for impedance and for the performance. Okay, and that is what we call as a bandwidth compensation. Now for a half wave dipole, a simple compensating network you are using. So what you are doing here, you are just putting a resonant circuit, parallel resonant circuit with your antenna. So if this is your half wave dipole antenna, and if you are putting parallel resonant circuit here, so what will happen in this case, you are having this kind of the structure. So I'll just elaborate this. This is my first element, this is my second element. I'll just put a resonant circuit over here. So I have a simple resonant circuit, and this resonant circuit, and this is the transmission line which I'm connecting to this type. So simple resonant circuit will have a resonance frequency like this, 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Okay, so at this resonance circuit, what will happen, if your frequency is exactly equal to the resonance circuit, this circuit, now this circuit is parallel to your transmission line, parallel to your antenna. So at resonance, its impedance is very high, so ideally infinite. Okay, so I can say at f is equal to f0, impedance will be very high. You can say infinite impedance will be offered by this particular structure. If your frequency is less than f0, it works as the inductive circuit. Okay, if your frequency is greater than f0, it will be the capacitive in nature. So this is how your resonant circuit is going to work. So when the parallel LC circuit you are connecting across the input terminals of the half wave dipole, the bandwidth compensation, compensation is nothing but the increased bandwidth you are going to achieve. So at resonant frequency, the input impedance of the half wave dipole is parallel with the infinite impedance of the LC circuit. So they're not affecting the total impedance seen by the transmission line. ठीक है, so अगर आपका रेजोनेंट फ्रिक्वेंसी है तो वो क्या करेगा, उसको इनफाइनाइट इम्पिडेंस ऑफर करेगा पैरेलल सर्किट. सो आपका जो भी टोटल इम्पिडेंस है विल नॉट गेट अफेक्टेड. बिलो द रेजोनेंट सर्किट द एंटीना रिएक्टेंस, यहाँ पे आपका जो बिलो द रेजोनेंट यूर antenna reactance becomes capacitive, with the reactance of LC becomes the inductive, and they compensate each other. And above resonant frequency, again you will see this will become capacitive, your resonant circuit, and your antenna will become an inductive, and hence they will cancel each other. Okay, so this is nothing but how the bandwidth compensation takes place. Now, no necessary to put actual LC circuit over here. Instead of putting that LC circuit, if you short circuit two transmission lines, these are the two transmission line. If you short circuit this transmission line with the length of lambda by 4, simple antenna, simple short circuited things, it works as the LC resonant circuit. ठीक है, ये आपका LC resonant circuit के जैसे ही काम करेगा. So if you see the equivalent circuit for this one, these are your transmission line, and this is nothing but the your antenna. ठीक है, so whenever you are giving such kind of a things, it will offer a maximum impedance. For a frequency less than resonance, it will be inductive, your resonant circuit will be inductive. antenna will be capacitive in nature and they will cancel that reactance. Okay, so this is nothing but how you are balancing that things. Okay, now how you are going to change the input impedance of the folded dipole? अगर आपको folded dipole का input impedance change करना है, so your input impedance is nothing but the 4ZD, so it is near about I think 292 ohm. ठीक है, now how I'm going to change? There are two methods to change the Z in. So change in Zn. So first you go for the unequal diameters. What you are doing right now, you are using a equal diameter. So you can go for unequal diameter elements. And then second thing which you can do is nothing but you can increase the number of elements. This will give you result in the increased or change in the Z in. So if you're talking about the unequal diameters, previously you have used something like this. These are the transmission line. This is your dipole, and then you have folded that dipole like this, and you are having a same diameter. Now you go for change in the diameter. Now you can see there is the change in the diameter. So I'm just trying there is. ठीक है, सो आपका ये जो भी है दिस I'll call as a 2a and this a1 and this I'll call it as a 2a1. So you have changed this particular things. ठीक है, the next one you are doing is nothing but you are going to increase the number of elements. So this is the first thing, you are increasing the number of elements means you are doing this kind of the structure. So अगर आप यहाँ पे 2 elements use करें, this is your first element, attach another element to it, one to this one, and go for third element also. So I can say this is my first element, this is my second element, and this is my third element. So what will be the effect of this particular so if you're having a folded dipole with the three elements connected in parallel, your input impedance will be 9ZD. ठीक है, if you're going to use a two elements, your input impedance will be 4 times of the सिंपल डाइपोल एंटीना जो हम लोगों ने अभी तक देखा है. अगर आप थर्ड करते हो तो you'll get a 9ZD. If you're going for the four elements, you'll get a 16ZD. So whenever you are increasing the number of elements, you will get n square ZD, whereas n is nothing but the number of elements which you are connected, which you are connecting in the parallel to that particular antenna. Now, what kind of a current distribution you will get by this folded dipole antenna? So the current distribution and radiation pattern. So the current distribution on the folded dipole antenna, as you have got a normal dipole antenna, it will give you this kind of the radiation pattern. अगर आप normal dipole की बात करते हो, you will have this kind of the radiation pattern, a figure of 8. But if you are folding that particular antenna, so your folded dipole antenna current distribution will be like this. So I have folded that antenna and I have checked what kind of a distribution will be there on this antenna. So here my distribution of current with the folded dipole antenna will be like this. So I can say this is the distribution of current, and same as previous antenna, I'll get this kind of the radiation pattern. So no change in the radiation pattern, and you will see the current distribution will be almost whatever you are observing there in that particular simple dipole antenna. So this is all about the folded dipole antenna. The advantages of this particular antenna is nothing but that you can go for bandwidth compensation, you can go for the impedance compensation, and this is very much comfortable, or you can use it for the television transmission effectively, as your TV transmission line impedance matches with your folded dipole impedance. So you can say 300 ohm, and you can say folded dipole you are having 292 ohm. ठीक है, effectively used for television transmission. So this is nothing but the why the structure folded is done and how you are achieving input impedance which is 4 times larger than your normal dipole impedance. So we'll stop here. I hope the things are clear.